Hey guys, this is 54462928. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm keeping my voice down because I don't want to wake people up. Anyway, I'll be talking to you about best young players to buy on FIFA 12 career mode, who start between the 70 and the 81 and end up to finish at their peak at between 86 and 90. And I got around 9-10 players. I think one of them or two of them may be a bit dodgy, but at least most of them I know I could completely trust on, because most of them I've got myself. But they are amazing when they finish. Maybe a bit dodgy at the start, and you just have to take the risk of playing them and realizing that you might lose a few due to it. But anyway, might as well start with the first man on the pitch, number one on the pitch, number one on the shirt, your goalkeeper. My choice and my research choice is Courtois, who starts off with Atletico Madrid, but he's on loan, so he moves back to Chelsea, so you would have to buy him in the second season. He starts off as about an 86, not 86, forget that, as a 76 or between 76 or 77 or something like that, and he ends up to be an 87. For me at the moment, he is not officially on my first team, and if you actually play him more and more, this is my third season, this is 79, slow progress for me is because I have De Gea in goal, and I shouldn't really, because his progress is much worse than Courtois, but there you go. That's how I'm keeping it for now, but Courtois will eventually catch up and end up as an 87. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Neuer, who is the goalkeeper for Bayern Munich, seems to be a more logistical buy, whatever you call it, more clever buy. Thing is, he's more expensive. Thing is, he's the Bayern Munich first team goalkeeper. Thing is, they're not gonna sell him for cheap. And thing is, I'm sorry, thing is, but still, just the thing is that you're not gonna get him for cheap. He may not work out. I promise you, if you get Courtois, he's a second team Chelsea goalkeeper, so it's not as if you're going to be required to spend a lot of money on him, and I think he is a good buy. Now moving on to a centre back, and that is Sorensen, who plays for Juventus. You can buy him straight away. I think he starts as a 74 or 75, and he ends up to be an 86 or well, like an 87 or 88. I think it's 87. I suggest to take the risk and play him a lot at the beginning, even if he's quite poor and you're managing Barcelona and stuff like that, as it will pay off. And he is an amazing, well, he's just sick. He's a sick defender, and well, you can't really ask nothing much else from him. Amazing. My second centre back is a player actually I don't know nothing about. All I know is that I got a little research, and his name is Chico. Plays for some Spanish team, I'm guessing. I've forgotten now. Starts in the mid-70s and ends up as a 87. And that's just another centre back which I recommend. And by the way, these are players who are young, cheap, high potential, fairly low start, but that's not a bad thing. Anyway, I'll be moving on to a left back called David Santon. Starts with Newcastle. Don't think you can buy him the first season, as he is a just bought player for Newcastle, so it won't be allowed. So you have to buy him in the second season then, and he ends up to be the highest ranked left back who is young in the game. In the end, I think that will be an 87 or an 88, and starts as an 77, 78. I don't know if he's a 79 for me. He doesn't fill my number one left back slot at the moment, as that goes to Marcello. I recommend you get him. He's consistent, he's good. Play him as much as you can. That's all I can say. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find a right back, as right backs are very limited in the game. I mean, my current right back is a swap between either Raphael, as he's already a Manchester United player, or Chris Smalling, as also he's now a Manchester United player. Also for me, Phil Jones seems to be a good buy, but again, because he was a Manchester United player already, I didn't have much choice to keep him, and he seems to be a good keep. Anyway, moving on to a centre back, and to be honest, I went overboard with this player because I only just bought him. 3 seasons in, he is going to be expensive. So I suggest you buy him as soon as possible, because I bought him from Manchester City. Now, to be honest, he starts as an Arsenal player. His name is Jack Wilshere. In my career mode, he moved to Manchester City, and I had to buy him for £57 million. Not necessarily the best of ideas, but if I was snatching up earlier, it would have been much less. I think something like between 20 and 30. That might seem a bit steep, but for his potential, 89, I think, or 80, 89, 90, 88, something like that, it is well worth it. And he's been playing with me for now a couple of games, and as I said, well worth it. Just a good buy. As really, I mean, if you see, I'm going to try and find the Wilshere. He's an 88, 3 seasons in, and I bought him for 57 million, and I think he starts as an 82 or an 81. 81 to 88 in 3 seasons, it's quite a high jump, so I'd recommend him. Now my next player, who is my actual personal best favourite of the lot, is Christian Eriksen from Ajax. He starts as an 80. You might have to buy him for quite an expensive amount, but that is a risk you might have to take. I think if in my career he was my first season, he was my first buy, my best buy. Yes, I had to buy him for 32 million. That's a very steep, to be honest, but that's because of his potential. And he starts as an 80 and ends up as a 90. Now that's why he's my personal favourite. He's consistent, he does everything you want him to do. For me, he's the perfect centre attacking mid, or even just centre mid. Can't ask for much more. Now moving on to a right wing is, I hope I pronounce this right, Cerci or Cerci or something like that, who plays also for an Italian club, Fiorentina. Yes, Fiorentina. And again, he ends up as an 88 or an 87. Trust me, goodbye. He's as again, all the people I'm recommending are the highest potential players that will become highest potential players in that position for their age, for their moderate price, apart from like Eriksen. So people like Eriksen, although he might be too expensive, trust me, goodbye. Same with Cerci. He starts as an 878, finishes at 87, 88. Not amazing player, sorry, and I'm not meant to say not, but amazing player. Can't say much about him. He's only been in my club since January, and now in the September transfer window, so I can't say much about him. He's consistent though. He hasn't made my team too much yet, due to Ashley Young, but I bought him as a 78, and now Cerci is now an 80, as I believe. Let me quickly check. Yes, he is. Cerci is 84. I think I actually bought him as 879 or 80. But if you snatch it up quick enough, it'll be a truly great buy. Now I'm moving on to a right wing, sorry, which again, someone I don't necessarily know a lot about. Didn't do a lot of research on him, but he is a person that I believe is good, and I actually, when I go to my newsfeed, it says is interested in him. Anyway, his name is called, I actually need to get my sheet out as I actually haven't got him yet. His name is Iturab. He plays for, I'm now forgetting all of my information I'm meant to be remembering, but he plays for a club, which helps. But he's apparently great potential. 87, 88, starts as at 78, and that's a right back, which means you have a full centre mid. That means you have a full midfield dress, whatever you like to call it, dress, whatever, I don't know, costume, outfit, that'll go. Outfit with Wilshere, Ericsson, Sarchi and Iturbe. Now my strikers, one of them is a bit dodgy, and that's Mario Balotelli. I haven't got him myself, maybe because he's too expensive. I hate him because he's a City player, but I was told that, well, I mean, my research says that he is good, he's young, he's a striker, he starts in 81, he ends up as 88. You can't say he's not great, because he is. So unfortunately I have to say he's a good player to buy. I'm not sure if you should buy him. I mean, I always have other players you should, like Sturridge, or I got one of my own players I just bought called Paloski. I don't know that, that's your call. And then my final player of this video is Lukaku from Chelsea. Starts as a 78, finishes in 86 and 87. Trust me, he's a beast. Massive, fast. If you just keep on playing him, he'll be amazing. I had before this career mode I started again with. I had another career mode which kind of messed up and I lost the data. I bought him. Best option I took, as alongside with Rooney, the beast of a partnership, two hench players next to each other. Well, that's about it for now. Please subscribe to our channel, EANTVZ. Thank you, and peace out. Good night.